Why are most modern men depressed and confused? The majority of men who actually suffer from depression are actually undiagnosed. And in a recent study, men are diagnosed with depression at half the rate compared to women, but die by suicide 3 or 4 times as much. So why is this? It's a modern day pandemic for the modern day man. This is the real pandemic that we should be worrying about. As most of us know, it's a man's job to protect and provide. And in the modern world, that's kind of been switched on its head a little. Back in the day, when we were cavemen, the way we would protect and provide would be via hunting and general survival. Nowadays, we don't have predators that live among us, they live above us. Instead of catching food and killing prey and eating that, we then walk to the supermarket instead. The modern day world has evolved much faster than we have, and our bodies are still trying to catch up. So back to the original point. It's a man's job to provide shelter, food, protection, and help the young children and women survive. Nowadays, the only way a man can provide is with money. The entirety of a man's worth is based on his money, his financial situation, and what he can provide for either a woman or the potential family. And typically the way that most people would get money, including myself, is a 9 to 5. A 40-hour-a-week job. So no wonder men are depressed and confused. It's our job to provide, and the only way we can provide in the modern world is by working a job that destroys our soul. The whole design of the modern world is to keep men and women alike, but typically men subdued. As the people at power understand completely that a bunch of strong-minded, intellectual men could easily overthrow any government. And that is exactly why the whole of society has been aimed at trying to remove the masculinity of men. Toxic masculinity and all these other things that have been created to make a man feel bad and wrong being a man. And the reason they don't want you to be a man is so that you don't overthrow them. I think that's clear enough as it is. There are so many distractions, so many things wrong with the modern world. For example, we have adult entertainment, the constant ability to receive instant gratification via Uber Eats, Netflix, and things like that. You have many men building parasocial relationships with their favourite YouTube stars or Twitch streamers, and things can get ugly quite quickly as a lot of people find it difficult to differentiate the real world and the digital world. And all of these things are slowly being phased in to make us more acceptable of the fact that digital things can give us the same thing as real things. And this is all designed to try and remove our humanity, so that then eventually in 50 years to 100 years from now, people won't even go outside to seek relationships. They'll just stay inside and have online girlfriends or boyfriends, etc. And this is all designed to make us consumer robots. No wonder the modern day man is depressed and confused. A man's urges are abused and misused by the system, the great brands that control us. A man has to learn to control these urges, and unfortunately for a lot of men it's quite difficult. It's easily overlooked, but understanding that sexual energy should be controlled and harnessed and used to motivate you to get you to your goals. But unfortunately, adult entertainment is shoved down every single man's throats. You've got apps like TikTok and Instagram that actually promote people dancing in minimal amounts of clothing, and this only further promotes the adult entertainment industry. A man's energy, sexual energy, is the driving force for a man. The reason a man works and the reason a man keeps a family alive, or the reason a man keeps their girlfriend or partner alive, is so that they have a hope of creating a family. A man's driving factor is his sexual energy, which is used to create a family in the future. That's the whole reason a man is born, to create purpose for themselves, to create another life, bring more life into the world. That's my opinion. So nowadays it's extremely easy to get a release. And like I said, it's thrown at us on the daily. It's absolutely shoved down our throats. Short-term gratification is destroying our entire world as we know it. A lot of people fail to understand and see the effect that this has on us long-term. I had a friend once, and they were terribly addicted to their bad habits. And unfortunately, no matter how many times I interjected myself into this situation to try and assist them, they just couldn't break free of their bad habits and their routine. I learned 2 things from this situation. One is that people will lie to themselves, to everyone around them, to everyone they've ever known, until the ends of the earth, if it means they don't have to leave their little comfortable bubble that they've created. A lot of people would rather live in a comfortable lie than seek an uncomfortable truth. And I know that seems a bit wishy-washy, but from that we can break it down into seeing a lot of people would rather short-term happiness and long-term pain and a life of regret, rather than short-term pain and long-term success and a life of hope. And unfortunately, the way the whole of society is designed is to push this narrative down our throat. We've got things like drugs, porn, video games, entertainment, sweets, alcohol, cigarettes. Every single thing in our world is designed to give us a short-term happiness rather than long-term happiness, as long-term success and happiness is the true key to living a fulfilling life. The second thing I learned is that people will help other people before they help themselves. I was struggling with my own issues at the time, and unfortunately I was so blinded by the other issues that this person had going on that I had no time or even the brain power to sort myself out. A long time ago, after this going on for a few years, I realized that this was not the place for me. I said to my friend that I have to look after myself. And as a man, if you can't control yourself, then I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around other men that can't control their emotions and seem to buckle under the smallest amount of pressure. I need to be around strong people, people who are willing to push through the short-term pain to see long-term success, people who are trying to build a future for their children. This is more men that we need in this society, as all the narratives that are pushed down our throat completely go the opposite direction. It's an extremely dangerous world, and unfortunately a lot of men fall into the trap of believing that these short-term things actually make them happy. A lot of my friends, people that I know, are addicted to adult entertainment videos, addicted to TikTok, and they're okay with that, because a lot of these people would rather live a comfortable lie than an uncomfortable truth. I think this needs to be pushed further, pushed to the masses. There's a lot of people who haven't even realised themselves that it's doing harm and it's not doing them any good. Sexual energy should be controlled and contained and used to motivate you for your goals. Every second of your time should be used to chase a goal, to motivate yourself and find other people to motivate them to motivate you. Unfortunately, as the modern day man, our values have been completely distorted by absolutely everything going on in our society. People would rather compliment and support an online celebrity rather than the actual family and friends that they have around them. It's an extremely delusional world that we live in. Don't get caught up in the delusion. Stay stuck in the real world. Everything that's shown to you is just a distraction. Processed food, entertainment, celebrities, all of this is a distraction to try and bring you away from the successful life that you could achieve, as they don't want people having successful lives. If there was a bunch of strong, intelligent, testosterone-full men that could see through the lies that the Matrix provides us, then the entire system would crumble, and that's not what they want. I will be writing a book soon, with a similar title to this YouTube video. I'll be releasing it for free for everyone that follows me on Twitter. If you want to learn more, I'll keep you updated on the release date of said book. Like I said, unfortunately the world we live in is cruel. As men, we are taken advantage of. Our urges are used to control us and subdue us. You must learn to control yourself, control your urges, and teach the people around you how to do the same. We must bring communities together and become stronger, and from then we can work on moving forward and changing the world for the better. Thank you for watching. Until next time.